my lordships have also given us rather, that mind change is required. Rather, intellectual processes require to be changed. I am slightly different on this proposition of my lordships. I propose my lordship and put to my lordship's approval whether spiritualization in the all avenues of education, right from the school at the deepest level to the topmost, to be introduced, so that the body, mind and soul to be spiritualized and the mindset of the values be totally changed, and we go for the very proposition my lordship put, self-realization, self-containment. Will you, my lordship, approve with this?
There are very many things which is being discussed now. Maybe after the Jan Lokpal issue is over, I think there will have to be a movement in regard to electoral reforms. The first of the thing that I would ask is a performance audit of every elected person every year. The Parliament Secretariat and the Assembly Secretariat must put it publicly in a website or whatever it is. How many times my elected representative went into the Assembly or the Parliament? How often he spoke? On what subject he spoke? How often he walked out? On what issues he walked out? All these performances of theirs should be made public, so that the next step would be you have a choice not to vote for him depending upon his performance. Otherwise, very often when I go, people ask me, they show me the list of candidates. To whom shall I vote, sir, in this? They all look alike. They go to the same barber, same tailor. Whom shall I vote? A very difficult question to answer. So, if this way you have the material, in the last election this person did not do anything, and his assets, of course, how much asset is acquired, that will be an indicator of the fact that whom we can recall, or end of the term, to whom you should vote or should not vote. That is a performance audit one. Number two, right to recall should be there, however difficult it is. Number three, none of the above. Number four, the winning candidate must get 51% of the vote. And next, most important thing, two things are there. One is election expenditure should be controlled or financed by the Election Commission only. Then this elections becoming business will go. Lastly, one very importantly, voting must be made compulsory. You see, in BBMP elections, Bangalore Municipal Corporation, the voting was 44% average. In 44%, you can purchase 25%. You are the winner, straight away. If it is 99%, 95%, 90%, this 25% has no value. Therefore, voting also should be compulsory. There is an obligation on you in democracy to exercise your franchise, but you can't say that, no, there's nobody I want to vote for. That is the attitude which does not allow a good person to contest. That is why you get only these people. Therefore, that is again a very important aspect which should be, an effort should be made to bring about these changes. Again, the law can be changed only by those who are already there.
Congratulating the Goa Legislative Assembly for passing the bill of 2003. In fact, it is not passed for the objective which the civil society has before it. There are the motives behind all that. Now, this bill itself, prior to that, there was the Public Men's Corruption Act, which, for the reasons which are known now by the public in Goa, one of the matter which came up and the government did not want to have it, it was scrapped. The commission was scrapped. Then this bill came in that we are introducing the Lokpal bill. That was the excuse which was given. For 8 years it was pending. It was sent to the president also. It was resolved
It came back with the two suggestions.
with the two suggestions which came, and the two suggestions are now included,
Yes.
and it is brought at 2011.
Yeah.
Now everybody agrees in Goa that it is a toothless bill, no teeth.
Right, yeah.
It has no teeth. Whatever that is expected from the beginning as regards the appointment of the Lokayukta, up to later on his powers, whatever it is demanded in the central bill, these are not there in this bill. And what has happened in Goa now is the government is aware, or the legislators are, many of the legislators are in mining scam. So that if such a bill is passed which has no teeth, which will not be able to deliver what is expected, and the cases are brought before it, let us suppose even if it is assented to and the cases are brought, that will be an excuse for not taking action by a powerful Lokayukt which will be coming after the bill of the central legislature, that is the parliament. And therefore, unless we know the circumstances on account of which this bill is passed, the motives behind the passing of this bill, if a statement is made regarding congratulating the Legislative Assembly, it will give wrong signals to the public at large.
Yeah.
They will say that when Justice Hegde is saying that the legislature is to be congratulated for bringing the bill, then people will feel that it has got all the features of the proposed parliamentary Lokpal bill, which is
In the papers that the Goa Assembly has passed the 2003 Lokayukta, Goa Lokayukta Act, that's what I was told. Maybe it may require presidential assent, therefore it's yet to come, that process is yet to be completed. But let me assure you one thing, I have gone through the 2003 Goa Lokayukta Act because I was participating in a seminar on that act. And then itself I said, this bill is as strong as the Karnataka Lokpal bill, Lokayukta bill. It is got given so much power which is not there even in the Karnataka Lokayukta Act against politicians. It's given against the bureaucrats also. Then there is the misconduct and grievances have been explained. Therefore, if illegal mining takes place, if you have a strong Lokayukta, you can take action. Of course, there is one deficiency in the Goa Lokayukta Act as well as Karnataka. It's only recommendatory in nature, it is not mandatory. But that is not there in Karnataka also. It is recommendatory. And once you make a recommendation, public will come to know that there is an indictment of the person concerned. To that extent at least. Of course, it's not a perfectly very good this thing, but in view of the fact from 2003 till today, in spite of the presidential recommendations, the assembly had not passed it. And on a 2-day parliament assembly session, the assembly thought it fit to pass the Goa Lokayukta bill. I think it's an act to be appreciated. Maybe it is the circumstances that was prevailing. The mining scam had just come out. It was snowballing into a big issue. So to divert the scam, the bill has been passed, whatever may be the reason. But so far the act is concerned, I can guarantee you, it can be better, certainly it can be better, but in the prevailing circumstances, it's as good as the Karnataka Act, and you have seen under the Karnataka Act what have all been done. So therefore, with a strong Lokpal functioning, Lokayukt rather, it will be better for good governance in Goa. And of course, if the provisions of the Jan Lokpal bill is incorporated in this, then nothing like it. But if you start making amendments like that, for another 10 years, you won't get a bill. It is better, as I said, let the Lokpal institution be created for the time being. Then we will fight for what should be the power of the Lokpal.
Improvements.
Yeah, you can ask for amendments and improvements from experience. You can ask. In that context,
We have to search Justice Hegde in Goa.
there are many. There are many. Don't worry, there are many people are there.